Good morning, beloveds. So I just have one cat today, and it's Rita. So hopefully there won't be a repeat of yesterday's incident. So, all right. It is December 10th. Our title is Divine Guidance. Our author is Annie S. Greenwood. This was published in Aspire in 1954. So this is from Divine Science. And she starts out with a quote from Micah. Okay. He hath shown thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. That is Micah 6:8. Divine guidance is our need, and we find it in this brief statement of what the Spirit demands: justice, mercy, and humility. We are quick to see the desirability of that justice from others, which gives us our due. Are we equally generous and fair in exchange, extending it to others in all the little day-to-day conditions and experiences? If we take advantage of anyone by even a slightly short wait when we sell, by charging for a full hour's time when we have given only 50 minutes of work, by putting less than our best workmanship into whatever we do for another, or by letting ourselves be swayed from the path of absolute rectitude, we are breaking God's law just as surely as we would be if we had committed some flagrant violation of a statute. Do we so love mercy that we extend it to others, even if, to do so, we must go out of our way and face inconvenience? Have we that true humility which God demands of those who profess to follow God's laws? Let us ponder these qualities today and make a new commitment truly to observe them from now on. These are specific points which we now set out to seek. They are foundation stones upon spiritual unfoldment. May the structure of our inner growth rest firmly on them. God, I am grateful for thy guidance today as I earnestly try to put into practice the qualities of justice, mercy, and humility. Well, I didn't expect it to go there. Justice, mercy, and humility. We get the title Divine Guidance a lot, and most of the time it's not that. And so that's interesting that that's where she went, that she wanted to talk about justice, mercy, and humility, and from us extending it to others, not us getting it, because obviously we all want justice, mercy, and humility. But her question is, are we willing to extend it to others? And then she gave real world examples that kind of made me go, oh, it's like when you do a job, do you do it to the best of your ability? There's a video that we've got scheduled to premiere, and we're very excited about it. And it's been sitting in my inbox to edit for 3 weeks now. And I kept not touching it. Because what I knew I needed to do the job right was about 3 hours where I wasn't tired and I wouldn't be interrupted. And I haven't had that. I wasn't willing to do it when I came home from work because then I was going to be tired, and I wasn't going to have the 3 hours of uninterrupted work. So yesterday I took my nap and then I got up and I ate something so that I had those 3 hours to work uninterrupted. My stomach wasn't going to tell me off. I wasn't going to be sleepy, and Tom wasn't home. Not that Tom interrupts me, but you know what I mean. He's really good when I work, and sometimes it's good to have him here because he can help me. But what I needed was, so that I could focus. so that I could do my best work. And how many times, and because how many times do we do good enough? How many times do we do good enough? Now, there is, and I've made this charge because I've had this problem before, where I get a little too perfectiony, and it's never going to be good enough, you know. So there is such a time of just being willing to call it done and turning in the work. But I wanted to do a good job. So there was a section that I kept watching. I was like, okay, where do I cut this off? Where do I cut this off? Where do I cut this off? And I kept rewinding it. But that's why I needed that time. I wanted to do a good job. And that's what she's talking about. Because it's not just for me. You know, I was doing this for somebody else. And I wanted to make sure that I did a good job. And so that's what she's talking about. How many times do we not give everything we've got? And the mercy thing, the inconvenience thing. Oh, Lord. Yeah. That's a, sometimes there are days where you are just going to have to roll your eyes and do it because it's mercy, you know, and you do it because you hope that somebody will do it for you. It's that reciprocity thing, not necessarily the person that you're offering mercy to. It's like, if I in general put mercy out in the world, then the world will return that mercy to me. But hopefully when you roll your eyes, you don't do it where the person can see you. But it happens. People come into, you know, my mortgage, what I like to call my mortgage paying job. And it's like, if I can do them the mercy, then I will. And then sometimes I just have to look at them and go, no, you're trying to take advantage of my boss and I can't do that. You know, I'm gonna have mercy on my boss, not you. But yeah, I wasn't expecting her to come at, and I don't know about the walking, you know, let me go back and look at that, because she didn't give as much as real world examples. Have we the true humility which God demands of those who profess to follow God's laws? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd be curious if you have an example of, you know, humility. And some of it is we do what we do because we love it. And some of it is that we do what we do because other people need it. And we don't take more than is our due. And sometimes we're just like, no, we don't want to, you know, like, I don't want to get rich and famous. But what I want to do is be, I want the message that we teach to get out, you know? I think that our message is really good. And that's one, I think Jesse's a pretty good example of humility. It's like, because he doesn't want to be everywhere. He doesn't want to be, but he's a good teacher. And we who, you know, listen to his message, we want his message to be out there because it's really, really good. And we're like, okay, you have an interesting way of saying it that strikes us this way. And he's like, yeah, but, and I'm like, you don't know how long it took us to get him up online. So he would be that real world example. He loves the teaching and he wants everybody to hear it, but he doesn't want to get rich and famous from the teaching. Now he wants to pay his bills, and that's why we share his message the way we do. Because he is that real world example of the humility. He's got a wonderful way of teaching and a good message. And, you know, he gives credit where credit is due. Ernest is probably along that same line. And maybe that's why, you know, we're here, is because Ernest didn't want to start his own organization. He thought he had this really amazing piece of information, and he wanted to teach it to you and then let you take it back to the religion that you came up in to make your religion better. What happened is people didn't want to go back. So again, he would be that Ernest would be that real world example of humility. And Emma probably too, because she had that disagreement with Mary Baker Eddy, and Mary Baker Eddy kicked her out of Christian Science, and she said fine, and she moved, to a new city, hung up a Christian Science shingle, and started teaching. She's like, no, this stuff is too good. And I'm going to teach it under, she I don't think she ever hid who her teacher was, So there are some really good humility examples. And Mercy, well, yeah, I don't have to give you real world examples of those. You see that every day, in people just being nice to each other. So, that's an interesting take on divine guidance. And she gives you your mission. I don't have to do it for you. Annie gives us that mission right there. Let us ponder these qualities today and make a new commitment to try and observe them from now on. These are specific points which we are now set out to seek. They are foundation stones of spiritual unfoldment. May the structure of our inner growth rest firmly on them. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to ponder justice, mercy, and humility. The art of being humble. There's a town not far from here who it's spelled humble, but nobody pronounces the H. It's humble. So that is the mission today, to ponder these three qualities and recommit. That's look for examples in your life where you can practice justice, mercy, and humility. And the humility is an interesting thing, because there is such a thing as being falsely humble. Don't do that. So look them up in the dictionary, recommit to them, ponder them, take them into your meditations and listen. And, feel free to throw some examples in the comments of what you think justice, mercy, and humility look like for when we extend it to others. So, all right. I tried to give you a couple of examples that I knew about. And I think Jessie and Ernest and Emma are excellent examples of humility. She didn't call herself the teachers of teachers. That's what her students have called her. All right. Okay, that's the mission today. Should you choose to accept it? I need to go wash my hair, and that's one of the reasons why I'm like, oh, okay, I'm done. You never know what you're going to get when the title is Divine Guidance. I was not expecting that, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you did too. All right, the other mission that I give you, which is the same mission I give you every day, which is to do something loving, something kind, and something compassionate for yourself. Be it one thing, be it three things, be it all things. Because in the end, that's the goal. To make everything that you do for yourself and others loving, kind, and compassionate. To create that moment of response instead of reaction. And it can be as simple as taking a deep breath before you speak. But it also looks like taking a walk, taking a nap, taking a break. It looks like saying no and remembering that no is a complete sentence. It looks like saying yes to something that pushes you a little out of your comfort zone. It looks like eating dessert first, which also means don't save the good stuff. Your life is a special occasion. Please treat it as such. Don't save stuff for special occasions. Make the occasion special. Feel free to take an ordinary Tuesday and make it extraordinary. Do all the things. And remember that joy is a quality of God. Okay? Which means joy is a quality of you. No matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in your life, you still deserve joy. All right? When I talk about practicing love, kindness, and compassion on yourself, making room for joy is one of those. And it's extremely important. Because the world can be a messy place. that you make room for joy. It is part of what keeps you going. I know joy keeps me going. I had much joy in the play last night. It was great fun, and learned a whole lot about Dickens, Charles Dickens. Very surprised about that. So it was educational and fun, and joyful. So, all right, make room for joy in your life. Practice on yourself with love, kindness, and compassion. Ultimately, the goal, you are your own best test subject. But more importantly than that, you deserve your own love, you deserve your own kindness, you deserve your own compassion. So that's the reason why I say it, and I do mean it. So please practice on yourself. All right, the rest of the suggestions are the same basic self-care suggestions that I give you. Do something to engage your mind and your body. I did get up and go to the gym this morning. I got to play with the battle ropes today. Did I enjoy it? No, but was it good for me? Yes. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. You saw that I brought my water in with me, but that's because my timing's off. It's like, so I came in, did the water, do the video, then I'm going to go take the shower. Hydration is important. Your brain works better, your body works better, and your skin looks better when you are well hydrated. So drink plenty of water. That water has a little trace minerals and lemon juice in it as well. And some stevia to cover up the bitterness of the trace minerals. So super hydrating. And get that early in your day bright light. One of the things about going to the gym is because we get up at 6, we're on the road at 6:30, we get to watch the sun come up. And so I do get that 5 to 10 minutes of early in my day bright light. And that 7 to 9 hour. And if you look up the science, the 7 to 9 hours, because the sun is hitting the earth at a particular angle that helps support your vitamin D levels. That's the reason why I say that. But it also supports your circadian rhythms. Now, if you get up before that or after that, because of the schedule of your day, artificial light will help too. Not necessarily with the vitamin D, but with the circadian rhythm. And if you need the actual support, Google sun lamp or seasonal affect disorder lamp. This is not about getting a suntan. It's about supporting that vitamin D and, that natural circadian rhythm. 5 to 10 minutes. That's all it takes. All right, beloveds. And I am where? I guess I'm at the Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven right here, right now. It is all around us all the time. Which means it's a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. All right. Why is that important? Because heaven ceases to be a place that we have to get to. It's not a physical place. It is not a place that we have to get to after death. It is a place that we can inhabit right here, right now. Right here, like now. Who wouldn't want that? So it's a state of grace because God put that in us. It's part of that Christ consciousness that we come pre-installed with. That state of mind, the ability to create that state of mind, to create that state of consciousness already exists within us. Why is that important? Because then every place can become heaven. Any place you are can become heaven. And it comes down to learning what that means. That open the windows of your soul. Look around. See that it's all God. And I think it would come back to what Annie was talking about. Justice, mercy, and humility. When you have that, how can you not live in heaven? How can you not live in? Which is why Science Mind is into social justice. Because we want everybody to have the ability to live in heaven. Now. And what happens after we pass, once we shed these bodies, that'll take care of itself. That'll take care of itself. Why can't we live in heaven now? So, all right. And we are actively working to help everybody live there. Okay, where am I now? Take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice, look for the good and praise it. If we're talking about that heavenly mindset, look for the good and praise it. I mean, gratitude literally will get you everywhere, mindset-wise and all of that. So please look into that. It can be super helpful. And science does show that counting your blessings, looking for the good and praising it, random acts of kindness, and volunteer service are 3 of the best ways to change your mood. No matter what is going on in your life, that can actually make you feel better. So try it. You might like it. Okay. I'm at the social media part. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I commend them to you. There are hours of content. And we're always, looking for something new and different. The Soul Session playlist is definitely one of my favorite playlists because we pull in people to talk about all kinds of things. There are all kinds of interesting people on that playlist. So please check into that. All right. And I said Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias. Email info@creativelife.org if you want to know what's going on with the center. It is a constant contact email. You get one a week. It's a real person doing it. And the hot links are hot. It says click here now. It will either take you right to the information you want or to the person that can help you get it. All right. Jesse started teaching classes through home office. So you have to register for those through home office. And they're a whole lot of fun because you get to meet people from literally all over the world. There was somebody from South Africa or New Zealand, or maybe both, when I took a class through home office with him. So I suggest them to you. All right. Yep, I think I'm done. That means I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a justice day, a humble day, a merciful day, a divine guidance day, a sunny day, a put on a jacket day, stay out of the wind day, unless you enjoy that kind of thing, because temperature dropped overnight. A good day, and if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You're a beloved child of God, in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You teach people the God of your understanding. This is what I'm talking about. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right, beloveds, get to know the truth of your being. I like to say make a well-worn path to the source of your own being. That's the point of daily spiritual practice, to make a well-worn path to the source of your own being. And by that, I mean peel back the layers of everything that you have been told you are. All of the boxes you have been stuffed into, all the labels that they have put on you. So religion, society, culture, gender, stereotypes, archetypes, peel it all back. Get to know who God knows you to be. Because I can promise you, who God knows you to be, that person is good. You're also probably pretty cool. So, get to know who God knows you to be. All right, beloveds. Like I said, need to go take a shower because this needs to be washed. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time. Which, by the way, will be in an hour and 40 minutes right here on Facebook Live. At 11, so if you're watching this later than that, scroll up a video and you can see the 11 a.m. service. All right? Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.